Welcome to today's event. Innovative E, in partnership with Microsoft, is presenting Transform Work and Project Management with Microsoft Teams in financial services. Appreciate you joining today. My name is Brian Quick. I'm the Director of Business Development with Innovative E. I'm coming to you live from building number 35 on the Microsoft campus in Redmond, Washington today. So here's what we're going to do today. I really appreciate you joining us. We're going to explore a new Microsoft ebook on banking that just came out. They're going to be putting out additional ebooks on insurance and other areas of financial services shortly. So they got started with the banking one. We're going to talk about using Teams for project management. Some of you are highly interested or already trying to do this today. We're going to talk about that as a concept. And then we're going to experience project management inside of Teams, and then explore what Innovative E has done with their app Teams for PM and what that brings to the table in addition to what you're probably already doing. Answer your questions and stick around at the end. We're going to do a sugar wish for everybody that came today. Microsoft is sponsoring this, so it's a nice little treat. They'll be sent to your door. So I invite you all to actually download the ebook that Microsoft's made available, Reimagine Project Management in Banking. It's available if you hold up your phone and just use the camera and use that QR code, you can download it. Or you can go to aka.ms/Microsoft Banking ebook, and the link is located at the bottom of the screen. You just want to type that in and download that. And that will be the entire ebook that you can download for free. We're going to be talking about aspects of that today. Innovative E is a Microsoft partner. We specialize in project management and work management, making that collaborative on the Microsoft platform. We've been around since 2001. We have hundreds of successful customer engagements in these areas, and we do have a focus on financial services industries. I'd like to light up a poll now for you, and we would encourage everybody to participate today in our polls that we're going to be sending out. These polls are intended to create some discussion and really validate some of the assumptions that we're making during the call. So please participate. Here we go. Okay, so what tools are you using for work and project management today? Select all that apply, and we'll use this in order to focus the discussion. So I'm seeing the live results of this poll come in. And it looks like a lot of you are using Project on a desktop. That's great. And then you're using some Project Server or Project Online. And then, but a lot of you, and I think this is the leader here, are using Excel, PowerPoint, or other Microsoft-based tools. It's really important that we talk about how we're going to automate things and make them less manual and use the right tools for the job. You guys are trying to make do with those tools, and we'll get into some alternatives for you during this phone call. So the world continues to change rapidly. Unlocking new opportunities quickly requires a redefinition of getting work done. And Microsoft's here to empower every person on the planet to achieve more. Delivering differentiated customer experiences and managing risk, enabling green services, and looking to future requires improved organizational and employee productivity. Empowering employees to do their best work by staying organized, focused, and up to date across small projects or large initiatives by using powerful tools to simplify project management. That's what you guys are trying to do in the financial industry. And so we want to help you reimagine project management on the Microsoft Cloud platform. You know, you guys are already using some Microsoft project based on the poll, or you're using Excel or PowerPoint or whatever you can get your hands on. And what we want to do is expose you to some new ways of working on the Microsoft Cloud, because we want to empower companies to achieve better results by aligning investments with projects and resources, working with agility and flexibility, and collaborating globally, all using intuitive, consistent tools on the Microsoft Cloud platform. And that platform is one connected platform that can span all of your work. Microsoft has thought about this, and they think that financial services pillars are empowering employees through teamwork, optimizing speed and agility to drive innovation, and modernizing project planning in the cloud. So those are the three main ways that Microsoft thinks that they can help financial services industry in work and project management. So more teamwork, optimizing speed and agility to drive innovation, and modernizing project planning in the cloud. And really, the Microsoft solution for this is not one tool. It's not just use Microsoft Project, because it's using the platform. The platform is what we want to focus on here to extend that and these capabilities for your project management and work management needs. So that's going to mean Microsoft Teams, leveraging Power Apps, Project as at the core of that, a little bit of Dynamics, and then Power BI. Let's go for another poll. Which of these apply to your team or organization? Is project management information spread among disparate legacy systems? Are you wasting time on tedious, repetitive tasks? Do you want to work more efficiently from the cloud? Do you need complete visibility to help drive decisions, but your data does not support it? Or is your work being managed inefficiently with disconnected tools? Check all that apply, and let's see what the results are. Wow. Almost half of you, 50% of you, are saying your work is managed inefficiently with disconnected tools. 20% are saying that project information is spread among disparate legacy systems. And another 20% say that you're wasting time on tedious, repetitive tasks. And 10% say you need complete visibility to help to drive decisions, but your data doesn't support it. The big one there is that you're working inefficiently with disconnected tools. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the first pillar in the ebook, empowering employees through teamwork. So financial services companies have an opportunity to equip organizations and employees with powerful and intuitive tools that deliver a remote yet connected and integrated project management experience. So we can simplify project management by bringing all your tools, documentation, and processes together into Microsoft Teams and create a single place for information and action. We can use Microsoft Project directly in Teams to collaborate on all your work, regardless of complexity. Project is simple, yet powerful, allowing you to choose the methodology and the tools that best suit your needs, so that teams can work the way they want and executives can get the results that they need. Microsoft Project empowers companies to achieve better results by aligning investments with projects and resources, working with agility and flexibility, and collaborating globally, all using intuitive, consistent tools in the Microsoft Cloud platform. If you're using Project on a desktop, you're thinking, I can't do that. Or if you're using Excel, you're thinking, that's a reach. But let me show you some ways today where we can actually do this. Pillar 2, optimizing speed and agility to drive innovation. Surviving in a volatile market, it's going to take more than simply adjusting to digitally transformed industry. To thrive, banks and financial companies need to innovate products and services rapidly to drive loyalty, growth, and sustainability, and profitability through personalized customer interactions. The Microsoft Power Platform brings low-code, no-code development, workflow, and business intelligence tools. When working together with Microsoft Project, model and automate mundane but necessary project tasks for business users. So we can simplify project management by automating project activities. We can employ this platform, we can understand the bigger picture and keep stakeholders up to date with hierarchies and centralized project status reporting. Create and assign risks and issues to minimize schedule impacts, and use dynamic scheduling to automate project plans. The third pillar is modernizing project planning in the cloud. As the world thinks about rebuilding for the future, one of those considerations across large organizations is how to make better decisions. There's more data, but less time to react. Organizations must link strategy to execution, make data-based decisions at all levels to have a positive impact on outcomes. We can meet challenges of responsive project management effectively with the Microsoft Power Platform, analyze data, build solutions, automate processes, and create virtual agents. Dashboard reports, alerts, and workflows can be easily built and shared with Microsoft tools like Teams, Office, and Project, and other connected enterprise applications. So we can empower everyone to make confident decisions anywhere, enable teams to bring insights into their everyday work by automating manual processes and activating siloed data, and encouraging employees to work daily in Office tools that they know and collaborate on Microsoft Teams. Microsoft's serious about your privacy and gaining your trust. Chances are you're already putting your data in the Microsoft cloud, and this would just be an extension of it, as opposed to an alternative, which might be getting another cloud provider and putting your data there. And so Microsoft lives by these standards and practices designed to earn your confidence in GDPR, and then collaborate with industry and regulators to build trust in the cloud ecosystem. So Planner and Project are certified for many areas, including HIPAA and ISO 27001. At Innovative E, we're working closely with Microsoft to transform work and project management for our customers into a competitive advantage with a modern cloud-based collaboration tool set that enables everyone to work toward your core objectives. Let's go to another poll. What's the current state of Teams adoption at your company or organization? Select one. Either you don't use Teams at all, you're using Teams only in pockets, Teams is really catching on, or we're all in. All right, so 75% of you are all in. Nope, that went down to 60. Okay. Not a single one of you guys have replied and said you don't use Teams at all. Okay. So the majority, 50%, almost the majority, half, are saying you're all in. 33% say Teams is really catching on. So that's a total of 83% of you are pretty serious about Teams. And then about 30% of you are saying that we only use Teams in pockets. So great responses. Everybody's using Teams in different ways, and it's really catching on. We're seeing that tidal wave coming in the industry. So let's try to use Teams for project management and leverage the collaboration fabric that we're already using, the tools we're already using today, but we're going to extend that for project management instead of going to find something else or using Excel or using Project on the desktop exclusively. That's where the people are. That's where your team is. That's where you're collaborating every day. That's where you're doing things, getting work done. Because projects are about getting work done, it just makes sense to do project management there. You know, in the old days, we used to have a project management system or solution that we wanted people to use for project management. And they would have to go there and use it, and the team members would have to go there to find things. Well, let's reverse that paradigm. Let's bring project management to the collaboration. Because the new project management tools, the new Microsoft project versions, are actually built in the browser and inside of Teams. You can pull them inside of Teams. So, and they're easier to use. The bar's really been lowered in terms of usage and usability. And that means that your casual project managers, people are doing project management kind of on the side or part of their job, are going to be able to use these tools without any difficulty. It's not going to be like you have to be a PMP to use Microsoft Project anymore. It's really easy. And we can reduce those shadow IT solutions that you're going off and getting because you don't think you have something here. Well, there is something here, and we're going to expose that to you today. When you bring project into Teams, you get real-time co-authoring, you get a copy project feature, you get threaded discussion and resource assignment. When you bring project into Teams, you get Kanban boards, dependency management, a scheduling engine with a Gantt chart and a timeline and predictable end dating. And when you bring project into Teams, you can connect your artifacts for the project, your Word documents, your Excel spreadsheets, your PowerPoint presentations, to the tasks themselves or to the project and collaborate on those in real time in the same place, in context of the project, so that you're not sending email attachments around or having to go find what location you need to put these files. You can leverage other apps inside Teams to enrich your experience, like OneNote or Planner or Power BI. Speaking of Power BI, Microsoft provides an out-of-the-box Power BI dashboard, which automatically can connect to Project and display all of your data. They give you a set of reports that you can start from and work from there, or we can help you extend it or make it your own. What kind of reporting do you need? Innovative E can provide that for you as a Microsoft partner. You can make decisions, increase awareness, eliminate manual status reporting. You know, that's one of the things I hear about the most is manual status reporting. People are still going into PowerPoint and creating a status report or sending it off in an email. Let's automate that. Let's use the data that we're putting into the system to create that status report automatically. We can also go on a regular refresh schedule for these reports so that they're accessible and they're always up to date. And you can create new ones, or we can do it for you, Power BI. Let's go to another poll. When considering the use of Teams for project management, which of the following is a priority for you? Is it the ability to enable workflow for project intake, bridging complex and simple projects into one data set, incorporating agile work management processes, or centralizing and collaborating on risks and issues, or automating and standardizing the creation of project Teams channels? You can select more than one, all that apply. Let's take a look. Well, as those are coming in, I think the leaders are clearly automating and standardizing the creation of project Teams channels. You know, a lot of you are trying to work within Teams and do projects within Teams because you have it already, but you can kind of make a mess. You need to standardize the way that you do projects inside of Teams so that your team members have a consistent experience. They know where to find things, and that one project manager's definition of how to work in Teams isn't different from another's. But I think more importantly and beyond that is the setup with the channels and all the tabs. We need to automate all that because that's a lot of work. It takes a lot of setup, and then everybody's going to set it up slightly differently. And then your data isn't going into common place. So one of you might be using a list for risks, another might be using a spreadsheet, and you can't report on that way. So there's got to be a better way. A lot of you also said that centralized and collaborative risk and issue management is really important to you. So with the fact that we can bring project into Teams is great. I mean, for starters, kind of table stakes, if you will, but what do we do from there? Where do we go from there? And the answer is Microsoft provides an extendable platform for project management that we can leverage to our advantage. So we can use Power BI for the dashboarding and analytics. We can use Power Automate for the workflow and the automation. And we can use Power Apps to collect more data associated with our projects and put it into common data store that we can report off of. And Innovative E's already done this. They've already created an app. It's called Teams for PM. And it is built on Power Apps and Power Automate. It extends the capability of Teams for project management. It really tunes Teams for project management, if you will. And it centralizes the project data collection so that you can report on it. You can also pull in projects from Project Online if you're using Project Online to Teams, or you can use the new project that I was talking about earlier in Teams. You can use both so that you're pulling in really complex enterprise projects from Project Online, the ones that you're syncing from the desktop, and the ones that are just web browser only in Project, the new project. So The result could be a single dashboard for all project work, regardless of complexity. We can log risks and issues right from Teams, and we do that right from a chat thread. So you can escalate a chat thread to a risk and lay the groundwork for AI and project management because we're centralizing the data in the cloud, and we can connect to other line of business systems by using Power Automate. Here's how it works. It all starts with submitting a new project. Teams 4 PM will collect your project attributes and initiate your workflow. Then it will automatically provision your project schedule, your risk list, your issues list, and your status report and your lessons learned list, keeping your team member experience consistent and eliminating any manual setup. So it's going to automatically create that channel. It's going to automatically create all the tabs at the top so that you're not doing it inconsistently between one project and another, and you don't have to set it up yourself. You don't have to ask IT to set it up for you. It's doing that all in a consistent way. And that's important because it saves you time, but it's also important because it's creating the general buckets for you to put stuff in so that you can report on it. Then Teams for PM maximizes collaboration by bringing risk and issue logging right to your fingertips. Any member of the team can log a risk or an issue right from a Teams chat thread. So they're talking about something that's happening. They're talking about a risk or an issue that may be happening, and they can click on it and then create that risk. And that's going to go into the reporting. It's going to go into centralizing that data so that everybody has exposure to that right away. It's not in somebody's spreadsheet somewhere. It's in a central data repository. It's in the platform. Teams for PM allows you to use the project scheduling tools you want by enabling both Project Online and Project for the Web inside of Teams, empowering all of your simple and enterprise projects into a common data source. You know, the new Project for the Web or the new project interface that we're talking about, it can't handle every kind of project. It's simple. You probably have projects that it's not optimal for. Maybe they're too big. If you can use it and get away with it, great. I mean, because it's easy and it's more user friendly, but sometimes you can't. And what we can do is we can pull in Microsoft Project, MPP files into Teams, and we can enable that. So you can use your files and you can use that for the complexity that you want, that you need. And then you can also have your simple projects running in Project for the Web. Now, team members, project managers, and executives can use the tools that they want without ever leaving Teams, without context switching, without going somewhere else. And Teams for PM enables these applications to collaborate among themselves, thus eliminating the need for context switching. So imagine your project manager is using Project, your team member is using Teams, and your executives using Power BI, but it's all going through that Teams experience. So let's show you what it looks like in a real life scenario and do a demonstration.
You know, and Project for the Web is the lighter weight new project tool. It's easy to use. People really are delighted by it. It's simple analogies, even simpler to understand, and it provides real-time co-authoring. It does have a copy project feature available, so you can templatize things. It has a threaded discussion, of course, because we're using Teams, right? So everything is a part of as possible in threaded discussion. So you can just comment or include a teammate in a comment alongside the project schedule, and it has the ability to assign resources.
Right. I'd like to bring up something else you mentioned earlier. You notice that it's in the Teams interface, so it's already got the channels and everything pre-provisioned. And you mentioned earlier that it keeps things in a consistent way, right? So it's a
Right.
Kind of a you're doing everything not going in different directions. It's the same kind of templatized approach.
Right, exactly. A lot of you are looking at, how can I use Kanban boards or, work in progress boards in order to do things that way. That's the way you want to work. You don't want to work in a Gantt chart or more interactive so that you have your morning stand-up meetings on use cards. Well, Project for the Web enables you to do that. So imagine you're in Teams, you're in your Teams channel, and you're able to move cards along in their status from not started to in progress to done, or categorize them in a different way. And it provides a way that you can actually attach documents to the cards, so that, if you're producing a document as a result of a task, then you have that in line. And that's another example of kind of bridging the gap between the work that's being done and the data that represents it, like we were saying before. And if you want to use a Gantt chart, it's there. It's called a timeline. What's nice about this is Project for the Web actually has the ability to have like a critical path, and things can push. Things are dependent upon one another. So when something gets delayed, the next thing will also get delayed, and your end date for your project will push out. So you see kind of what happens when things move around in your project. If you're using something like Excel, or you're using something that's not really intended for project management, you're not going to have that predictability. So what we want to do is we want to make these tools easy, simple to use, put them inside teams, so that the people who are trying to use other tools that are less optimal for project management really come to the realization that, hey, this tool, I can use this, I can do this. This is not rocket science. I can basically use a tool that's tuned for project management and get my work done. I'm not really sacrificing.
Teams for PM adds to the picture is you have a general screen where you have a Teams for PM app, and that's going to take all of your project information and it's going to centralize it in one place. So you can look at your projects from a standpoint of, here are my simple projects, here are my enterprise level projects. It may take projects from Project for the Web or Project Online. And of course, we can make this full screen. And so I'm able to look at my complete project list, and also I'm able to edit things in line. If I want to change the department for this project to operations, for example, or I want to change its cost health to red, those can also be calculated depending on how you want to configure this. If I want to also take a look at the risks across the board in all projects, I can do that here. I can look at the issues across the board in all projects. I can look at the lessons learned. So it provides me the ability not only to edit things centrally, but also to see what's going on centrally if I'm, at PMO level or management, and I want to take a look at or make some changes to things all up. For example, I can change the budgets of some of these projects, the priority level, right all from here. So that's a really nice way of looking at it. And then if I want to go into individual projects, I can simply go back to an individual project, like my cloud transformation project, for example, and I can see just that project and that project schedule, as I was showing earlier. We also have some other capabilities here, like, for example, the risk board, where I can basically log risks for my projects, and then those all get copied back to the general screens that I showed you before. And then we have the ability to log issues, and those all, again, copy back to the general. So once I log a risk or an issue, it's going to immediately be available in the central administration. So key sponsors out of the office, we take a look at going back to the central administration here, and we're able to see that risk and issue in the central screens.
Okay. So let's go back to where we were just a moment ago. I wanted to talk about sorry about the snafu there. I want to talk about a case study that we have available from Microsoft that published a case study. It's with the Southern New Hampshire University, so it's not a direct financial services based case study, but it is something I think you'll all find very applicable. It includes the use of Teams, Power Apps, Power Automate, and Project Online together in one place. It was completed in December 2021 and has since been enhanced. Now, they started with a Project Online tenant, and so what we were able to do is take that Project Online information and move it into Teams. And now they're adding Project for the Web, which is that simple project management tool, to the mix. And Kurt, as the Associate Vice President of Planning and Value Creation, has said that the Microsoft solution has brought the ability to pull everyone together in one synchronized system that allows for more transparent visibility into what folks are working on. If you'd like to download the case study, take a look at it, hold up your phone, use the camera, and go to that QR code. You can also download a solution brief that we have available, or schedule a private demonstration of these capabilities. Feel free to email me at brian.quick@innovative-e.com as well if you want to have, you just want to run something by, you have a question that you didn't want to ask in this forum, or you'd like to see something a little bit closer up. So Innovative E is a pretty diverse partner. We can help with Power Apps, Power Automate, business process automation. We can also help with custom development, SharePoint assistance, work management systems integration, and innovation and ideation management if that's of interest. So let's go to the QA session and answer all your questions that you had today. I'm going to just bring that up real quick. Okay, it doesn't look like we're going to get any questions today, but if you have any or you think of any afterward, please let us know. I'm at brian.quick@innovative-e.com, or you can drop into our website. We just put that slide back up in case you have any questions that you want to ask. There we go. Here's the contact slide. So if you have any other questions you want to ask, feel free to drop us a line. It was a pleasure having you today. Thank you for coming to the webinar, and we hope to hear from you soon. Good luck with your project and work management in the future. And on behalf of everybody at Microsoft and Innovative E, have a great day, everybody.